Jennifer here from Belladonna's Botanicals with the New Year edition for January 2024, our Witchy haul for the month. So, pardon while I'm getting my file open where I have some of my notes. So what I want to show, so this is some stuff that I wanted to show you that I bought over the past month. A lot of these are ritual tools. Some of these are things that are really great, and I wanted to talk about them a little more. So without further ado, we have some crystals, we have books, we have cards, we have all sorts of ritual items. I like to go through and talk about these things to show you what I use in my practice and give recommendations on where you might find such things. So I don't have as many crystals this month as I usually have, and for whatever reason, they're all towers of varying sizes. So this is, this is a Mookaite or Mookaite. I always pronounce it. I always flip the A and the K, so I make it Mookaite in my head. So this is Mookaite. This is actually a fairly sizable tower, as you can see, just tall as my head, or I can be like a unicorn. So, like I'm weird. So anyways, this is Mookaite. Mookaite is a type of jasper from Western Australia. And the site where it comes from, this is versus being a mineral like some crystals are. This is actually a sedimentary rock that was formed when the oceans had receded and the bones of aquatic organisms had dried in that place and stuff. So I love Mookaite. Mookaite is one of those stones very much like polychrome jasper and labradorite that I'm very particular about picking out the type of stone that I like. Some of them just don't. Like if you got a stone that was like up in here where it's all real cool and beautiful versus say, just like something on this side where it's kind of light, but it's just sort of, it's not like it's bad, but I'm just particular about things. I want it to be fancy. So, Mookaite is formed, like I said, from sedentary rock. The name comes from an Aboriginal word because this is also native to Australia. And that means running water. And the stones are found on the Mooka River. So, anyways, so it gets Mookaite is said to get its powers from 4 different goddesses. So it's the Mayan goddess of creation, and I'm going to butcher this name. It's Shirakan Ixmucain. I am terrible at pronouncing Mayan words. Apologies. The Hindu goddess of fire, Agni. The Celtic goddess of the River Clyde, it's Clota. And the Welsh goddess of wisdom, Caradwyn. In general, Mookaite is good for stress relief. It opens and activates all the chakras. It's really great to use if you're doing any kind of prophecy, prediction, opening those psychic abilities, especially if you really want to hone in, your third eye. And it's good for soothing, grief and loss. Helping if you are feeling fearful or worried, it helps with that. It's also used for like beauty, glamour magic. What was I going to say? Glamour magic, sometimes weight loss or anti-aging, that youth and beauty kind of spells. So, Mookaite. So the next one we have in the crystals is a cherry quartz tower. You can sort of see it probably gets its color. I didn't look too much into it. I would guess that the red in it is from iron oxide. It's a lot more translucent. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get my light. Which I was going to over. Okay, and we're back. I wanted to grab my light to see if I could try to show you a little bit of how translucent it is without blinding you. I need to get a setup for this at some point, so I'm holding it up and trying not to blind you in the process. This is just kind of trying to show you a little bit of how translucent, there we go, how translucent it is and how much inclusions are in there. So cherry quartz, there's also strawberry quartz, which tends to be a little bit more lighter. Like this, you know, like cherry, this is a little more brighter red in that sense, but it's good for removing negative energy. It's good for psychic protection, heart chakra, love, self-love, and emotional healing. I don't know what it is, but for me, I am almost exclusively and instinctually drawn to any crystal that is good for the heart chakra. So that must be for me where I need the most kind of chakra work and balancing. So yeah, so that is the cherry quartz. The next one I have is another tower, and this is Snowflake Obsidian. It's interesting because I don't know if I've ever seen a Snowflake Obsidian tower before. Like I've seen plenty of tumbles and spheres, but like, look at how beautiful this is, like how detailed. I absolutely love this. So Snowflake Obsidian, again, it's a type of obsidian. And as we know, obsidian is a volcanic glass. And this one is good for like emotional and physical pain, fear, trauma healing, balancing, grounding, and stress relief. So, and and a lot of black stones tend to be really protective as well. So that was the snowflake. This one I just picked up today, and I am so in love with it. This is a Stitchite and Vesuvianite tower. There we go. Try to turn this. Loved about this is the markings on it. I'm trying to get it to focus again. The markings on it remind me of like Japanese cherry blossoms. Like this looks like, if you're familiar with Japanese art at all, and illustration and watercolors, like this stone looks like it is captured a painting within it. So that's why I bought it. I was just like, yeah, I need this. It's cool. And it's annoying me. So what I wanted to talk about with the Stitchite, I'm probably butchering the pronounce, and Vesuvianite. Stitchite, which is the purple tones in it. It's a purple stone. That is, no, we're not. Okay, now I'm finally back in focus. There we go. So this is a really excellent, like one of those what they call high vibration stones. But a lot of times people use it for like working with spiritual, like higher beings, your higher self, the angelic realm, your spirit guides, any type of higher realm work, and for spirit communication. Like it'd be really great for that. So the green parts in it, which is called Vesuvianite. Now, when you see names like Vesuvianite, and this is similar to like heliorite, which is also known as noble serpentine. And so Vesuvianite is very likely a trade name for it, or something that someone trademarked. They decided to call it, this reminds me of Vesuvius, so we're going to call it Vesuvianite, or something like that, because it's also called idiocrase. So you might see it under either name, and it's because it's a green stone. It's also good for the heart chakra. It's calming, healing. It's also really good for the bones and teeth and the sense of smell. So taking that into mind, you could also use that if you're trying to develop your other clairs outside of clairvoyance. That you're going into clairalliance, which is the sense of smell, or clairgustance, which is the sense of taste. So you can use it to kind of do that kind of work. So that's all I have for crystals for today. So we're going to move on to the ritual items that I bought. So these next two go together. Oh, and these crystals, the Mookaite and the Stitchite, I got from Kindred Spirits in Hellertown, and the other two, the Snowflake and the Cherry, I think I got both of these at the Divine Aura store in Bethlehem. So I usually try to at least tell people where I got stuff at. So the next thing I got, I don't know how well I'm going to be able to demonstrate this, is that I got these both through Sage Goddess. So this is a titanium aura 432 hertz tuning fork, and this is the manifestation tuning fork. activator. So you kind of, I don't know if you can, it's one of those things that, like, I don't know if that's going to come through, but like I can hear it when I hold it up to my ears. I don't know if you can hear that. But anyway, so the two things, you can use these to sort of tune your crystals in. This was from something I bought around the 11/11 manifestation stuff. So tuning forks, you'll see, I've been seeing these more and more. Like a lot of times they have like chakra tuning forks, or they have ones tuned to a specific frequency. And so when they're struck, they produce sounds that at specific frequencies can, attune, your energetic, your etheric, your physical bodies together. And it can be used on objects as well. So this is the sonic frequency to which 432 hertz is the original frequency to which all instruments were historically tuned. In the, metaphysical world, it's sometimes called the God frequency. And this frequency is the sound of the word Om, which if you take yoga or do anything like that, you've heard people, doing the Om sort of, I guess it's a mantra or whatever. So it's a lovely vibratory sound. Like if you really do a good Om, it is so cleansing to your body. I should do that more. So the titanium aura coating on it. So that's how you see it has this kind of, it's a little, okay, there we go. It's that sort of rainbowy sheen, metallic sheen to it. So the titanium aura coating it gives it some additional stuff. So you'll see a lot of aura clad. Some of them for crystals are just kind of like a, what's it called? Like making it shiny through a chemical process. Now, some of them, if they are done properly and not cheaply, are done by treating it with, this is treated with titanium. Some of the other ones, like I have a lot of angel aura stuff, and that is, I think it's platinum, gold, and silver, maybe it's treated with. So it's treated with metals to give it that sheen. So, and what that does with this is it kind of gives it some additional oomph to it energetically. So, I mean, it's good. And again, the tuning fork is going to help activate all the chakras for alignment, and it helps release any type of blockages that you have in your energetic, physical or spiritual body. And yeah, so basically, like with the tuning forks is that, our bodies function, in different, vibrational frequencies and harmonies, and sound affects us on a physical and sort of subconscious level or unconscious level. And for me, like I'm someone who's very, like I have sensory processing issues. So I have, like, for me, everything is always really amplified as far as that goes. Like I sometimes swear I can hear things that are like not even happening, like in the, this building. Like it's just weird. Like I will, my hearing is very acute. So, so the tuning fork activator. So what you do with that, yeah, you can kind of use it, and you kind of use the activator to kind of get it, the tone that's right for you, that you want to incorporate into your healing practices and rituals. This was something that was used for manifestation. So anything that you would use in your manifestation work, you can work with that for. So, and so you can do sound offerings for the spirits you work with. It doesn't all have to be physical. Like if you can burn incense, you're giving them a smell, you're burning something. This is, I don't know if you hear that, but you're giving a sound offering. So, I mean, you can do music as well. So you tap the fork lightly on that, and that's how it works. So the purple color that is in the activator, purple is the color of the crown chakra. And again, this is going to be something that's be good to connect you to the higher realms, and opening the third eye chakra. And there is it looks a little white. There we go. So the symbol on it is in yellow. So that would be good for like solar plexus chakra, for self-esteem, confidence, and happiness and all that. So yeah, so that is that thing. And I am running out of room to put stuff. That's why I have, I'm so pale when I film anything, I have to turn off all the lights in the background and have like a very dim light on in front of me. Otherwise I disappear. So let's see, what else am I going to show you? Let's see, I think I have 2 of these, but I'm going to take the, this is probably, maybe not. So these are just some Peacock tea light holders. There we go. They're jeweled. They're really pretty. I needed some additional, I don't have a lot of tea light holders. I have 2 that I could think of off the top of my head, and they're heart-shaped. So like if you're not doing love work or self-love work or stuff like that, it just seems weird to do certain rituals where you're just burning a tea light. Like sometimes I don't have time to burn gigantic candles, so tea lights are good for like a, oomph into that ritual space. So I guess I was on a peacock theme because somewhere in here, there we go. I think I got these to go with it. These are also from Sage Goddess. These are just a set of 4, one's upside down, peacock tea lights. And those are both for protection and, insight. And you can use them any way that you want to. Some of these I'm going to fly by pretty quickly because there's not a whole lot to say. Like I got some, these are also from Sage Goddess, Power and Passion wax melts. I have, which I actually got from Sage Goddess as well. I do have a wax melter out in my main altar area. It lights up. It's really pretty. I'm just going to have to, switch out the dag champa that's been in there for quite some time and move to something else. And I just got these because it looked like they smelled nice. I don't think I wrote this on my list, but I actually just picked this up today because I had to, I'm filming this on Christmas Eve. So I had to go and because I want to use some of the stuff in rituals. So I had to go, TLDR, I had to go get something for like, was it like a not white elephant, whatever the Pollyanna Christmas thing for with his family and stuff like that tomorrow. So of course I don't find out about this till like yesterday evening. So I just had to run and go get something at the store down the street. And I picked, which is where I also got the cool little crystal, but I also picked up a spirit guidance. It's just a little kind of crystal candle. I picked that up there. That was the one that called to me. I felt like I needed something. I'm going to be doing some ritual stuff in a little bit. So that is that. I'm going to go through. Here we go. These are also like, sometimes I get like the little candles, like little sets like this. This is just a prosperity one. So when I get to my abundance, jar and manifestation stuff for 2024, I will definitely be using these candles. I dress them with herbs and, carve sigils in them and have petitions and put oils on them. So, let's see. Next up, because somehow I realized that, that I had I have so many of, these are from Goetic Impressions. For some reason, I either lost my Asmodeus, medallion, or I never had one. So I picked up my Asmodeus medallion from there. I have a bunch of other ones. If you remember, we did the Demon Box collections a couple years ago with them. So I thought I had an Asmodeus one left over from that I kept for myself. Apparently I didn't. So, what's this? Paul came over for the ride. So while I have been, that's from the tuning fork thing, which I don't know where I put it. So I also, from Goetic Impressions, I picked up a little hologram Goetic circle. And I picked up the Pentacle of Solomon altar cloth. So what I'm using these for, and I have one other item that I want to show, is I am making, as I'm going to be doing the Goetia pathworking via S. Conley's 76-week Goetia and workbook, I wanted to kind of set up a little space. Like I don't really right now have the wherewithal to set up like a traditional, 9-foot, Goetic ritual space. So I'm making like a little like portable tray altar that I can move to wherever I feel like it. So that's that. And this is a jewelry box. This I just got on Amazon. It's fairly big, but this is going to be used to store the brass vessel to store my sigils for the Goetia work. And just making sure I've gotten everything on the list that I have here. Boop, ba-doop. So I do have, unfortunately, they're still kind of wrapped. I can maybe unwrap them. When I have custom candles made for me for my own personal purposes, these are both from Otherworldly Waxes in New York. And I just don't want to take the, because there's like instructions on it and like what it's for, what she used. So she hand decorates all the candles. I'm trying to figure out if I can get this off without mangling it. I might be able to, at least to kind of show you some of it. So, she hand decorates and blesses all the candles in her shop. They've got oils and herbs and everything in it already. So, I don't know, maybe I'll actually be using that one soon. So that is it for candles. And this is you may have seen me wearing this in a couple videos previously, but this is the Persephone's Almandine and Smoky Quartz Tiara. It is a little stabby on my head, to be honest. I don't know if I just have a big head. Yeah, I'm not gonna get this in here right. All right, well, there we go. That's the best I can do. So Persephone, as we know, she became the queen of the underworld when she married Hades. So she's really associated a lot this time of year in winter, and then even though she traditionally was the goddess of spring. So an Almandine Garnet, which is the red stones in this, they are really protective. They're calming. They're red, so they're going to be. Garnet can go either way. It could be for your root chakra or it could be for your heart chakra. I tend to think of like Garnet as being associated with love. It's grounding. It's good for manifestation. It's also pinching my brain, so I'm going to take it off. I just have to find a way because it's got a little bit of a point here, and my head, I guess, is apparently big. I'm tall, so it goes with the territory. Yeah, so it's good for grounding. It's good for love, commitment, heart chakra, like I said, passion, romance. Smoky quartz is probably one of my favorite stones, and I love that because it's good for transmuting energies. It's a good transmutation stone. Excuse me. And it's one that, when I say transmutation, it's going to transmute negative energy and vibrations. It's healing for the root chakra. It's a dark stone, so it's good for keeping you grounded and centered. It's protective. And it kind of like absorbs a lot of that negative energy, and you're more likely to have mystical experiences if you're using. Let's see. Okay, so now we're on to books. We're wrapping up. So I think I may have shown this in one of the videos I'm doing in the 12 Days of Yule. This is my Yule workbook from I always get this backwards. Writual. So yeah, it's like the monthly workbooks that are more astrology and planetary based. This has a lot in here of like traditions, all the different stuff about different spirits of of around this time of year. The colors, different traditions, and it's got some ritual suggestions in here. Building your altar, making an abundance jar, and doing some tarot spreads, all that stuff. Sometimes it's not very good with keeping up with them in the most timely manner, but I find that it is, for someone like me who's really busy, sometimes I just need someone to be like, here, just do something from here. So that just kind of helps me do stuff. And I don't really practice a lot of the Sabbats the way that they were done traditionally. So yeah, so I just kind of, I like having that, and then I just modify everything and under my own needs. So these are, next up we have, I got both of these. These are the Dukanté Daemonic Sigil Divination cards. So see, they've got like all the little sigils on it for the different things. And these include, it's a 41 card set, includes all the demons listed in the Dukanté hierarchy, and can be used with S. Conley's book, Sigil Diaboli, which I showed you, I think, in last month's Witchy Haul video. So there's that. And the other deck I got also, as for like, this is the Death, Demonic, Divine, and Ritual card set. And, these can be used for magic, meditation, divination. Each set includes 20 demonic sigil cards and 10 death tablet cards. And this is a complement to S. Conley's The Keys of Okot, and for funerary priests and necromancers. And she does have, I haven't read her necromancy books, so we have some, these cards, and then we have, kind of sigil cards. So anyways. I picked those up recently. I didn't buy a whole lot of books this month. Moon, what are you doing down there? Weirdo. So the one book I did pick up, I also got this at the Divine Aura in Bethlehem. And this is the Great Encyclopedia of Healing Stones, Fragrances, and Herbs. I kind of like that it combined all three. I haven't really looked through the book entirely. I mean, it's, your standard kind of, what can I say? I am a nerd for reference books. Give me a good reference book and a hot bibliography. Ooh. Yes. Anyways, so beyond that, I also, I stopped at another store in Bethlehem called the Wicked Botanist. And I picked up a couple little things there. I actually have some stickers that are stuck to stuff already, so I can't really show you them. I picked up the cool little mushroom tumbler. I like that because it kind of looks like, it looks somewhere in the 7-day candle tarot card thing. So it's just a little tumbler. And I also bought, let me grab this because it's behind my computer. I bought a very small little hanging plant. It is a string of hearts. Bright light, water when dry, pet safe. So, little plants. I'm trying to be better with plants. I am not great at plants. Well, one of the things I'm happy to announce for coming up for 2024 is I will be vending at the fall Lehigh Valley Wicked Plant Festival, which is run by the Wicked Botanist shop. So, lastly, now I showed you those two things. I got this at the Divine Aura as well in Bethlehem, and this is a beautiful mosaic bowl. I like a lot of like artistic, like glass and mosaic ware. Look at the bling. I may have something by either the same artist or a similar artist I picked up many years ago at a craft show in Philadelphia. I have a small, they sort of flange up on the side, but it's more of like a plate kind of bowl. But it's rainbow colored, like a deep jewel tone rainbow colored, which I love. So there's like a smaller bowl and then a larger or plate kind of bowl. I use them out with like crystals. They're in my main ritual space, but I got this cool bowl. I hope they carry more stuff by this artist because I love it. Look at the bling. It's so pretty. And then Jen just goes, wee, for the next 25 minutes. Anyways, that's all I have for right now. I just wanted to get this video out of the way before the new year, because things get hectic again after Christmas. And yeah, so that's what I got. The next one we will have coming up will be towards February, so I'm sure there'll be some love-related things in there that I pick up along the way. Although I probably will not be picking up as much stuff, but for reasons. I have to do some financial management for next year. So anyways, and that involves paying taxes. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on social media and sign up for our e-newsletter. That way you get notified of our sales, new product drops, new videos, everything that's going on, because algorithms suck and you aren't seeing our cool stuff. Love y'all. Have a good one and Happy New Year. Bye.